So Warner Brothers look like they could be putting their game division or their department up for sale, and I don't know how to feel about this, to be honest. Early rumbling saying that Xbox wants to pick up this this entity, and I don't know if Sony could be involved, but I just don't know how to feel about this because I don't know where is a good fit for the Warner Brothers, entity. Like all of these games. Now I know a couple of games could be certain, or a couple of franchises could be some places, and that will be cool. And I'll talk about all that in this video. So let's talk about this entire situation and let's just go from there. So if you made it to this video based on your recommendations, uh, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you already subscribed and you're here, I also thank you for that. Thank you for the continued support. Over here, I talk about gaming and everything under that umbrella. Also, if you don't mind, if you see anything in the video that gives you, any type of, inkling to give me some feedback, put it down in the comment section. I will respond. I get notifications when I do get any feedback on any video, so that'll be really cool. Also, if you do mind subscribing, that'd be awesome because we're just over 700 subs and we're trying to get to 1,000 by the end of the year. So hopefully you guys will consider. Let's go ahead and get into this. Look, Warner Brothers, they haven't done a pretty good job, of maintaining what they've done with the games that they have. I mean, you look at Mortal Kombat, you look at the whole Batman Arkham series, Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. Do I need to talk about that? I think one of their shining Gotham Knights, I see that on the screen, like, man, my God. But one of the shining moments was Hogwarts Legacy. There was a lot of controversy behind that game, but still, it turned out to be a pretty good game. People loved it. It was one of the, if not the best-selling game of 2023. Now, when you look at the other stuff, the Lego stuff, I think that's pretty cool. Back for Blood was and then you got Shadow of Mordor, which basically is right here, but that is like basically a dead game, like a franchise. Nobody talked about the Mortal or Shadow of War, which I actually like the game. I mean, the games are pretty cool. And you got the car series, which could be revitalized. Batman Arkham series, I mean, that could be revitalized. So I'm not looking at everything that's under this umbrella. I'm not really sure if this is something that should be taken on collectively, which it is one whole package, so it is what it is. But I know that a few franchises will benefit heavily if they were just branched off by themselves, which I know that's not gonna happen. If Mortal Kombat goes somewhere else, that'd be awesome. Batman, but if you take Batman, you're gonna have to take the everything else. And I think it's DC or something like that. It's all under the DC name, but everything under DC that could go somewhere else. But everything else, and maybe Shadow of Mordor will be great. The Lego stuff, I think the Lego stuff will be just fine, on its own as well. And actually, I think it'd be just fine if it stayed with Warner Brothers if they just put out the game properly. All the other stuff that they've done was not necessarily on the up and up. And you can't just blame Warner Brothers in general, but collectively, it doesn't look too good. Mortal Kombat has its own issues with Mortal Kombat 1, and Back for Blood just wasn't really all the way there, it was a decent game. When you look at Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, a lot of people look at that and be like, yeah, that's what I don't want to deal with. But then you got Hogwarts Legacy. You see what I'm saying? I think the main thing is at the end of the day, I think Warner Brothers just really messed up when they're trying to do live services. Now, I know why a lot of companies are doing live services now, and it is a cash cow in some cases, but there's a lot of flops lately. A lot of people getting burnt out by them, but a lot of people are actually pretty much tired of them. And for the Warner Brothers want to double down on that, I think somebody need to come in and just scoop all this stuff away from Warner Brothers before they do it, because they're going to end up losing more money. Like, I mean, do I really care? No, but it's just not a good look to put out a bad game because nobody will benefit from a game that nobody wants. So it's something they're going to have to really work on. But nevertheless, I just really feel that they need to move these properties somewhere else. They need to move all this somewhere else. And I think that it's probably one big package deal or whatever. Somebody's going to get a stake in it where they can still, have some influence on some of the properties or whatever the case may be. Because I would love to see another Batman Arkham, game. I would love to see something to go along with the Arkham trilogy, even though that I don't know how they'll do it, but I would love to see a third Shadow Mordor game. I think Mortal Kombat 2 needs to be much better than Mortal Kombat 1, which, like I said, it's not necessarily Warner Brothers in general. I mean, the developers have some say behind it too, because like they, Mortal Kombat 1 should not have been as, bad as people pertain it out to be. It's not a game that's not picking up enough traction like Mortal Kombat XL did or Mortal Kombat 11 has. I mean, those games turned out to be pretty good. But at the same time, you don't need games like Gotham Knights because like nobody's playing these. Gotham Knights, Suicide Squad, Justice League, nobody's playing these games. Back for Blood actually had some promise, and I didn't have an issue with that. Cars 3, Driven to Win, I have that game. Me and my son play that game. It's actually not a bad game, But when you look at some of this other stuff, like they got something here, and it's actually pretty profitable if you get it in the right hands. And I just think it's something that somebody needs to jump on. Will Xbox do it? I'm not sure. I think Xbox got their hands full with the ABK deal, right? I mean, I don't think they want to go through that yet again, trying to get somebody else. But if they do, I don't think it could be a full blown takeover. They just have to get something to where they're going to be part ownership, have a stake in it. Some of the games will be on Xbox exclusively, and that's another thing. Do you really want a Mortal Kombat on Xbox exclusive? Will that be the case? I'm not sure. But to be honest, with the way fighting games are right now, the Xbox could get anything as far as that's actually exclusive fighting game wise, because they're struggling right now. As far as Sony, nobody said anything about Sony trying to pick them up. I don't know if they will. Will anybody else? I heard EA wanted Mortal Kombat. They wanted Mortal Kombat at one point. I think EA wanted Mortal Kombat at one point, or they wanted something off of this list. There's a couple of companies that are probably going to come in and be like, look, we don't want everything, but give us Batman, or give us DC, or we don't want everything, give us Mortal Kombat. Now, if the more I think about it, and I'll say this before I get out of here, I think that Xbox would do good if they was to take the Batman or DC side of things and put it over to Xbox. I think that would be actually a pretty good thing. Now they're gonna have to do the same thing like they did with ABK. They're not gonna be able to like keep it exclusive. I don't think they'll keep Batman or any DC things exclusive. But I think that'll be a good look because they will be able to revitalize the Batman series, and I think they may do it in a good way. But that's just a quick suggestion off the top of my head. I don't necessarily know, but if I had to guess, that would be one thing. I don't see them taking a Mortal Kombat series. I mean, but Mortal Kombat needs to move off of WB anyway. But I don't see them doing that. But I wouldn't be against it. But any one of those two. Shadow of Mordor just need to go somewhere else as well. I think those are the three. The DC stuff, I'm not worried about Hogwarts Legacy, to be honest. I'm not, okay. I mean, that's just me. But the Mortal Kombat, Batman, DC, Shadow of Mordor definitely could use another game. I think they'll do pretty good if they get another game, but that's just my opinion. I don't know. I'm just trying to make some sense out of it. I don't know. It's just I just don't know who would take it. People are saying Xbox, but I'm not really sure. So we'll see. Maybe somebody get a stake in it or whatever, and just see where it goes. So let me know what y'all think. I really think this is a something interesting to look into, but I don't know where it goes. So I'll see y'all guys on the next one. If you made it this far, I really thank you. I appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. All right, y'all. I'm out. Peace.